Sorry to be late coming back, everyone. My stomach was upset. It just took me a little bit to get back in the saddle. You remember for Blender to make a copy, I have to copy. Let's get this up. Whatever. That, save, and then file. Open this one, and then this one we save over. Okay, cool. So now we've got our geonodes working. Let's get the rest of the objects out of Marvelous. So right back. So we did the jacket. Now I'd like to select the meshes, the other meshes, and export just these this time. So file, export. Actually, let's make sure really quick. Okay, good. Everything's set to quad. Export selected. Now, Chimo 02. Select all pattern. No. Should be multiple objects for the selections I have. Unified coordinates, good. Scale should be meters. And I don't need anything. Okay. Good. Much faster exporting. I can't believe how long it took to export the other one. Okay. So now in MD2, we'll do jacket, take these, drop them there, make it unselectable. And then select this, save, file, import, obj. Good. They look good. Very good. Awesome. So we'll start first by selecting the objects we want to separate into individual items. Like so. Good. So now we should have a few collections here. Should have the shirt and the what would you call that? Underclothes, and then the skirt and the leggings. Hello, Maria Smith 1. Welcome to the stream. We are making some clothing from Marvelous Designer for this character here, this dragon character. So we're kind of wrapping up some clothing for her right now. We made a system in order to easily create the correct version of the model. So quite excited by that. We're going to be using that to make a few things right now. But hope you're having a good day and welcome to the stream. Ones are a little denser. Name of this game. We are in the software Blender. Hello, Booms. Welcome back. Because the character I'm making will be used in VRCHAT, in the game VRCHAT. Really like when I watch your stream. Well, thank you, Maria. It should be like this. Like that. And then in the bottom. I'm going to finish some artwork that is pending. Well, good luck with your work. There we go. And unwrap those. Good. Okay, so now we have a good start to our unwrapping process. Right here. Nice. No, I was just saying good luck with your work. Oof, that's quite the fold there. I will not add you on Discord. Bye-bye. Sometimes you just wait for the bots. Doesn't bevel the bottom of that very nicely. Darn. It should subdivide nicely though. Yes, okay, good. Need a little bit of smoothing. Oh, hello, Risa. Welcome back. Lunch was good. My stomach got a little bit upset. Just kind of had to rest for a little bit. Was not feeling super hot, but now I'm back, ready to attack. So I think, and I guess we do want to just go ahead and close it. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad at all. Okay. I'm surprised there's so much of a gap. I didn't feel like I had noticed one in Marvelous. But it does subdivide nicely. Very good stuff. And so start with that one. That's the skirt. Move that in here. Hide it. Now we'll do the legging. Finally working on a commission, kind of not safe work. There are things I'm a bit concerned, but I'm pretty sure I'll find a way. We'll get. I hope you find good process. Again, I always welcome questions. I don't usually advertise it, but I do create not safe for work features for my avatars as well. So if you run into anything, feel free to let me know. Whoa, I hope you'll be okay. Probably messaged you in Discord. A bit shy, messaged you in DMs if you haven't noticed. You're totally fine. I hope I'm in the right spot there. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that was quite a sneeze. There we go. And then we can go like this. Oh, thank you, Booms. Do a bit of that. Distribute. And distribute. And distribute. And you may have guessed it, but distribute. Okay, cool. Unwrap those. And then like so. Not quite perfect, but should be close enough. Okay, that's the legging. We'll drop it there, hide it. I'll turn off the jacket too. So now we're just left with the underclothes and the shirt. So I guess I might as well flip these and attach them there. and then attach these segments. So one more piece. Guess not. Okay, we'll start with these ones. Hmm. Okay. No, I guess I'd want this whole section like this. Not 100% sure about that. I believe this edge is where they come together. Here. Has to be. So making it straight would mean that they go like, hey, Eventide, thank you for the sub. Super appreciated. Welcome back. Hello, hello. They should go like this, I think. Was watching your hair tutorial. Well, good. Hopefully you find it helpful. Oh, my for my add-on. Hmm. Why can't I distribute that? They're not touching. There's something about the distribute function that works in a way that I don't understand. Okay. Trying to figure out the best techniques to apply hair to game characters that looks good does not burn my PC to a crisp. I might be taking a look at some hair stuff in just a little moment, in just a moment. So perhaps we'll get some insight into what I usually do for hair. Don't know if this is the correct distribution for this, but we're gonna try it this way first. All right. All right, now we can drop this into underclothes, and we should just be left with the shirt here. Shouldn't I have two sleeves? Oh no, okay, I see. These are the sleeves right here. Okay, those are the sleeves, these are the tops. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh my god, just found right now an actual decent scaling package and native tool inside MD I never bothered with. Could have been made in the last patch. So curves are still talking about hair card, right? Yeah, kind of. You can have the same shape as we're talking about game assets. Yeah, you can use curves for hair cards quite easily. I mean, it makes it a little bit easier to place and manipulate them and rotate them than I would say just modeling by hand. These same curves make high detailed strands of hair. Curves with minimal resolution. For my curves to have 3 to 4 verses width. Transversal side has been need optimized, but only if it deforms needs fizz bones. Fizzy bones. Fizzy bones. There we go. Does that work? Do I want it to work that way? Sure. Boom. Like it. Love it. Powerful. That's as good as that's gonna get. And thankfully, this one is already square. So that saves me a lot of time on that one. Good evening, Mr. Deader. 16 months already, time flies. That's insane, actually. That is insane. Hello, Zoom. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Welcome back. I might need to watch the tutorial to fully understand what you mean there. Afraid I may not have made a tutorial for this, but it should be simple to understand from with an image. If you're in Sam's Discord server, tag me there, and I could be a bit of help. Same name here. Yeah, I'll drop my Discord. I'll drop my Discord. Ignore that. Yeah, I should really make sure I have my Discord set up on the other side. Nothing crazy, but my people, copy, and we'll paste the link. Okay. No. Yeah, might as well just push it all the way to the top for all of them. Right about there. Yeah. Day's been lovely. Hope you're all having one at least as good. Well, I hope it's definitely getting better. My tummy was a little upset, but now it's feeling quite good, so. I think it's the cherries. I got a big bag of cherries, and you know, fruit can upset your stomach, but this, I don't know. I was surprised. I didn't expect to be in distress. All right. Good. So I think we've got all the clothing unwrapped now. Tell me what's fighting demons for you. Today's been lovely. Hope you're all having one at least good. Tell me what's fighting demons for you. Got it. Def Will. Thank you. Hair is one of those things that annoys me to no end. Excuse me. So we'll do one of these at a time. So we'll start with the leggings. So the first thing to do with the leggings is to, in here, make a plane. Delete the plane, and then add a geonode for extract UV position. No, that's wrong. We want to unwrap to UV position, and we would like to use this object here. And the reason it's not working is because then we go to this one and add the geonode to extract the UV position. Or no, save position attribute. On this one, we should have something for the legs. Should look like that. Make sure our transforms are good. They look good. What's going on? Taking the geometry, we're doing a relative, setting the position off of UV map. Is it called UV map here? UV underscore map. Okay, so what we'll do instead is extract this here and call this UV map name. So that way we can customize it. And the default should be UV map with no underscore, because that's usually how it works. So then we can click on this again. here, UV map. There we go. Cool. Somebody's behind me. Def Will, thank you, hair. I love making hair, but I suppose it is because I've improved my workflow a lot. With the way you mentioned work for fur as well, like animal fur. If you are looking to make single hairs, like very detailed fur, there's a really nice project called Warren's Fast Fur. Well, I guess this depends on what your end goal is. But Warren's Fast Fur shader is a really optimized shader for fuzziness like this. So definitely recommend taking a look at that. Yeah, Arisa's touching on the same thing there. And we'll call this leggings unwrapped. These will be leggings MD. And lastly, we need one more mesh, which we'll call leggings free topo. These ones will get a geonode to extract UV position. No. Yes. And they'll use the unwrapped object. Unwrapped object. So that way, we can go in and start putting it there. There we go. Awesome. This one should be super straightforward. Right about there, maybe just trying to find something that looks close to square. And then subdivide it. And then we should be getting something pretty close to a cage now. Cool. It looks okay. Hello, Popstar. Welcome. Is it in Alembic? Kind of have to make it work in UE5. There are definitely fur shaders for Unreal Engine as well. Alembics are usually reserved for things like simulations or oh no, hair strands. You can export Alembic hair curves from Blender, but most of the workflows we're talking about for VRCHAT, so it'd be a little bit less. What would be the word? I mean, that's a pretty high-res option, I would say. The unwrapped version. Topo. It should go to the toes. It should go to the toes. I guess I can actually just that like this to add detail where I need. It's kind of cool. Bit of a spiral. Not bad though. Also a decent gap. I've worked for Unity a little bit, but I don't remember how it deals with hair well. Unity does not have a fully featured hair system like Unreal Engine does. Unreal Engine, they have a very custom hair curve system. Unity does not have anything like that. Not in the same way at all. Oh, I see it's flipping over, which means that in the MD version, we have one of these on the wrong side. Probably like this. What the heck is that happening? It's wrapping around. Those are only for Unity. Goddamn, no cheeky shortcuts for me, I guess. I could have just made a normal tube for this one. I don't really need to do this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. And we're just gonna use a normal tube. I don't need to be so fancy with it. There's some useful reasons to be so fancy. Not in this case, though. It's very useful for things like the jacket where it's got folds and stuff that can't quite position properly. But for something like this, we're just going to do it manually. What we'll do is then subdivide and then shrink wrap to the MD. We'll call this leggings. Keep it simple. All right. But again, I would, whatever, Unity and Unreal Engine don't have like interoperable assets. Like you can't just take one thing and put it in another. But they both, under the hood, still use OpenGL. So their shaders are built in the same way. They're just slightly different. So whatever you see built in Unity or built in Unreal technically could exist in the other one. So there are fur shaders out there. For fur, for sure. That look like Warren's fast fur shader. I would put money on that. So just take some looking, but I'm sure you could find something that would fit the bill. All right, leggings done. Now we'll do the skirt, which is going to be pretty simple. We're going to make a cube. We're going to do a subdivision. We're going to do a shrink wrap right here. Seems like tons of tuts on that one. I would think so. It's a relatively common effect. I remember when there was some game that came out in the Xbox One where they were like really hyping up having fur technology. Like it's like a breakthrough. They're like, oh my god, we can do this now. Like, okay. I forget what it was called. Oh, is it good? A fur shader? There is not a way to get a similar effect manually. Put it that way. You if you want things that look like individual hair strands that aren't obviously hair cards, then you need to use a shader. Or were you talking about the game? The game, I don't remember. It's quite old. My quest continues. Hello, Nammers. Welcome. We're doing the retopo for our clothing now. Hope you're having a good day and welcome back. Cool. Trying to figure out some problems with Dandy's VR. Uh-oh. Oh, did they get their headset though? That's awesome. Very exciting. What kind of issues are they running into? And congrats on saving up for the headset. That's awesome. Do I turn it like these? Joe is acting weird in VR chat and constantly in a squat pose. Interesting. Sounds like it could be play space issues. Without knowing more, that sounds like it could be a play space thing. Hmm. We'll do. Hmm. Just hold off on anything else right now. Anything too crazy. Goes acting weird. Yeah, we're trying that first. Okay, heck yeah. So they must have just literally got it today. Okay, that's exciting. Hmm. We'll do another there. Hmm. Oh, interesting. Hopefully that's not too much. I'd rather have one more cut in the middle. That. No, that's too much actually, because it gets so thin down here. That 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 should be good. Okay, we'll leave it like that. But then it's like this. That doesn't seem right. this. There we go. Okay. Cool. There's the top. Now the shirt. For the shirt, we'll start by just taking this one, not that one, this one. And sending it over to shirt. How did you solve the high to low? I hate I missed it. Did you apply it as a texture after reprojecting? That is where we'll end up. We're still a while away from the actual baking process. We'll probably get to that tomorrow. Excuse me. I miss nothing. You're building the low right now. Exactly. Yeah, we're still in the. We're just about done actually with all the low poly bases. We're getting there. Excuse me. Tube. How many? That should be. That's 5 edges. Should just be 4. Oh, I see. We have 2 there. Okay, we'll do that. Or we go the other way. Just this one. And extrude it. There we go. We'll trade anyone here for knowledge of clothing making for fur. Fur's with minimal resolution. Okay, gotta say that. Hair is so goddamn. So I have a project that I'm working on, another commission, which is like a hair edit here. Let's go to this one. So for the hair here, we're using curves. We're using polycurves. You can use whatever type of curve you want, but the concept is the same. You have a little strand, and along it you can control the radius, the tilt for the rotation, and that's all in this little item menu for the transform. And then, so those are kind of your main things. Just so to make it, you just make a curve. For the stylized mesh, would that be less tries than cars? So if you wanted to make a hair card, all you need to do is create a custom profile for your curve. So, for example, I just made another curve, which is a circle. You can use any curve, using a circle to start with. And what I can do is selecting my hair, use the geometry options to give it a custom profile. So we're going to use this one right here. And this way you can use it to kind of distort or create any sort of shape you want. So you can see how I'm making like a U shape. Let me actually switch to this. So you can see in the bottom left the shape that I'm making. So if I wanted to make a hair card, I don't have to use this, right? I could just let's take these 2 points, duplicate them, connect them. And now I'm creating a flat sheet. There we go, hair card. Because I can use I can create any type of shape that I want. If I wanted a hair card with a little bit of curve to it, it's still a flat shape, but now it's got like a little bit of an indentation. Let's say something like this. I could even control the amount of wireframe by changing the profile resolution. I think. Oh, right here, resolution. So now we got this super optimized hair card. I can even lower it down for these ones too. So lets me work non-destructively to create these cards. And then the best part too is if I mesh them, and we go to the UV editor, they are already mapped. It's a little bit hard to see, but horizontally they're mapped from beginning to end of the curve. So you've got something to work with for your UV map right away. You'll still need to manipulate it and put it into the correct spot or something like that. Whatever your hair cards look like. But that's kind of the general setup for a lot of hair. Control Z back to the beginning, because I want to go in and do some other stuff. Last step for the UVs be good for substance. Definitely. Do a little cut right there. How'd this get separated? I see. Yeah, there's not too much to making hair. It's still a very manual process overall, but all hair cards is just they're just a flat, there's a quad, a long planar shape. And then you use like a cutout shader. I think I'd rather have it do this. So we get that loop along the edge. And then, all right, and there's our retopo. Cool. Ooh. At least the start of it. Just scary how good an optimized hair card get. I didn't even know Ellie from The Last of Us uses cards, and it looks so realistic. There's a decent amount to that. You just need a good shader. But yeah, well done. Well, it looks really good. We do need one more cut up top. I don't know how else we're gonna get that look. Or we apply one level of subdivision. I guess that'll work. No, we need a cut. There's not enough resolution. Retopology, wee! All right, we got another hour worth of work for today. Let's get things baking. So we're gonna go ahead, save a copy, and we'll call this 18. Free clothing bake. Right, and we actually have a lot more to bring in too. So let's go ahead and do a new collection, and we'll call these clothing or clothing v2. And we'll do file and go ahead and open it normally. Nice, looking good. Code is hidden. Code is hidden. All right, good stuff. Bam, 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 bam. Pull these out. There we go. And Close. Boom. Oh, it still brought it in because something's referencing it. There's some objects referencing this. That's okay. We'll just reset them as needed. That's the old one. Oh, I see. And then there were some objects that were disabled and hidden. Gotcha. Okay. Good stuff. When did all the accessories? In your last episode, you were tackling a very fuzzy leather jacket. So Nammers is helping me create a lot of these additional assets, or at least getting them started for me. So thank you, Nammers. But they're kicking butt and kind of helping me get a lot of things in place before I go in and start doing the details myself, which helps save me a bunch of time. Oh, sorry. All right, we're gonna take my poly items out. Put them here. Very cool. Looking good so far. Thank you, Pepsi. Never, ever, never do shoes. Good old hard surface clothing. MD is not very good on that. I don't. It's definitely not built with that in mind. This is still the high poly. Or I only have the high poly on. All right, let's get in there and clean up the foot a little. Oh, thank you, Booms. And let's reset the vectors. We're getting something real nice for the foot there. Good stuff. Okay. There we go. What a good start. All right, I forgot there's one. Did I miss that one in Marvelous? That's okay. I'll just sculpt that one. Okay, cool stuff here. We can actually go ahead and make sure our clothing items fit over each other. Push that out a little. And let's turn on the body. A little hard to tell. Everything's kind of the same color, so a little hard to pick out details. Let's turn off the body one more time. We'll just slap a simple material on here. Call it MD clothing. Make it dark. A little shiny. Darker than that. And we'll copy the selected. A little too shiny. But that should give us a better understanding of what's going on. All right, very cool. And then for the high poly clothing, we actually go ahead and start cleaning it up a little. All right, looking quite good. I'm just going to Pull some of this away from the body. Just very lightly, nothing too aggressive. Very mild changes. My man, Nammers, those chains really seriously individual message. You're a mad lad. They kick butt. Nammers, they really kick butt. Been helping me out on a lot of different things. Many different tasks. All right, I think we're looking super good. Array on a curve. Funny phrase. We're using a solidify. Are you using a solidify? Where's? I see. It's a curve. Make it a little bit thinner. Been hearing a lot about them curves lately. Gotta research them more. Curves are the best. All right, so that's a little bit more what the final result's actually going to look like. Right there. Damn, I'm really loving Marvelous Designer. Kind of a shame how much I have worked in all these programs, and yet I know so little. Well, if it makes you feel any better or worse, there is never an end. There's always more to learn. Always. Oh, I'm getting a call. 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back. Let's put these in the high poly. And we'll extract this whole collection. We'll call this clothing V2 HP. High poly. Wait, where'd my... Oh, I see. No, I don't. Where did my high poly stuff go? So much stored in this collection. Then I'm not seeing my. Okay, I see that there. And then we'll do recreate the same stuff 4 times. That's all right. Bam. Okay. That's a little bit better organized. And this is all the clothing, clothing, low poly. All right. Good stuff. Dang, that looks really good. Okay, so we have a little bit more experimentation to do because I was noticing that there's actually some very cool things that I think you could do with GeoNodes. So we're going to put the jacket once again into its own collection, just recreating all the collections I just had for some reason. Yeah, stickler for pain, glutton for pain there. And we'll make a in our low poly jacket, we have come on, time to load. It's because of the subdivision, it's super slow. Yeah, we have this object down here, the unwrapped one. I want to put that into the high poly one again. We'll leave the low poly by itself. But with this one, we have an interesting thing we might be able to do. So we'll give this a shot. So we're making a little object here. I'm just going to extrude it. We'll turn off free topology view. Let's say something like this. All right. So cool stuff. Let's say we have that. Now I could go ahead and add another GeoNode like we've been doing before. And we had one where we unwrap to the position and then we extract the UV position. So we're taking the object and putting it on there. But we do have our original position. So if we take this sample, so when we're sampling, we have the position where it's floating over the UV. That's a distance. So what we can do is take our position and this new position here. Or no, very close. We need a new one. Same geometry that we're feeding in, but this time we are taking we're sampling the position, taking the original position, and then we can subtract them. Or no, we can get a distance from these two vectors. So we get a distance. Oh wait, I really should have done this on a new one. So let me delete that, make a new one, and we'll call this extract UV position with offset. Okay, and we'll paste that back. Fine. we'll recreate it. So same geometry. And we take the position value. We take that position and we do vector math on it to get a distance. Okay. Nodes, my mortal enemies. Definitely don't understand what's happening. Magic. The goal is to take this position right here. So you can see how this object is floating above the sleeve. So that's how we're snapping it to the surface, right? When I go here, you can see how it's here. That's how we're getting it there. But my goal would be that if we can make it take into account the distance here, like where it is, how far it is above it, then we can do some useful things. So we sample, take it. We have the distance. So we want to set the position and then offset it by that distance along the normal. So if I take this, that's not working. You will not hate my mind with your wizard riddles. Super close. Let's try doing it in another offset. Ah ha ha ha. No, not quite. We need to normalize this distance or the scale. Ah. That's right. Position, vector, point, capture. We get the distance from that. Maybe we should do a subtract. And then feed that in as the offset. So close. I think it's very close to what I want it to be. Oh, you know what? It's actually a lot simpler than that. I don't need to sample anything. Because I know what it is. It's 0. It's how far it is above 0. This is a flat plane. And we just want the distance from here, the z distance. So we do want to get the position here. We want to extract this. So separate x, y, z. We want the z. And then we multiply that into the scale normal. That's the offset. I do think it needs to go into this other one. Okay, and that's useful because now I can extract, I can extrude things. And they should go here. Not quite as clean as I'd like. Perhaps I do need to turn on a subdivision first. If it doesn't kill my computer. And then here also would need more subdivisions. Not as clean as I'd like. That is correct. We are getting the thickness that I want. Perhaps if we sampled our named attribute and then blurred it, no difference. Super close. Super, super close. Okay, we have some other options though, which is to take this. We can go back to the other extract UV position. Delete the top. I'll have to step outside in just a moment as well. Do that, and then we just simply solidify. It's a lot cleaner. I was hoping we could do a little bit more than that, but that's okay. They don't line up. Why would that be? But we'll figure that out in a moment. For now, I can copy the material over. Now we've got a nice way to start adding some details to the jacket, because we'll need to do that. Voila. Easy peasy. I guess we will need to weld no matter what. These line up though. It just works. Okay, let's turn off the subdivision. What we'll want to do now Yeah, this should solve the issue. Okay, what I want to do now is weld. And then that same group for the that we're using to take the jacket, this version, we go to GeoNodes. What we want to do is split the edges using named attribute, weld, and compare it. There we go. Really look forward to how you're going to solve the tightening of the sleeve belts without using ZBrush or MD. Sleeve belts? Oh, I'm just going to sculpt it. I'm just going to sculpt it. I was hoping that would make these line up better. Darn. Why wouldn't they line up? That is surprising. Because they are equal. Let me double check. I'll take this one and this one. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. These ones. Ah, okay. I don't think I touched these. Yes, okay. Well, that explains it. Okay, yeah. So we need to go here, take these ones. 0.8, SY0. Move them up a little. Then take these edges. Distribute them. Distribute. Actually, before we do even that, we do want to make sure that the bottom also lines up perfectly and is distributed, which I'm pretty sure it is. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, good stuff. Oh man, the cheating. Oh, my knee. And then for this guy, we'll also add another weld right here. Interesting. Oh no, it should be after the geometry nodes. There we go. Good. Now they are solid, complete, continuous, gorgeous. Ooh. Okay, why all that work? Well, I don't know. No, I do. We're going to do a few other things that would be really difficult to do by hand. Like that. Also, that would be hard to do in Marvelous, I would say. Definitely anything that requires some adaptability. Because now I can go in and edit them on a per vertex basis. I want like little edges and things like that. Easy to change to solidify, or at least it plays to what I know. what I know and love. Then you can do stuff like this. Cool. Crunchy. That weld modifier is well strong. Let's make a weld vertex group as well. That's weld. What would be hard in MD? Talk about my baby boy. uh, just adding little like pockets and all these other details. I could feel MD taking years off my PC's life. I just think in terms of like once I have this base model here, I don't really need anything more. I can go in and oh sorry, I think I need to step out. Okay, I'll be right back, everyone. All right, everyone, we're back. We're back. So, here we go. So I added a weld group here, and that's what we're going to use to control what actually is merging, because I don't want everything merge. Oh, thank you, Nammers. I just want the ends here to merge. And that's it for now. Yeah. There we go. And then we'll do a little bit more farting around with getting the positioning right later. But yeah, that's just super easy to me. Just like, boom, it's there. It's working. I love it. Okay, good. Good stuff. Now we can work real quick. Because what I really like about being able to work with the UVs is I know that I'm positioning things on the same spot, even though the mesh is super deformed and asymmetrical. I know that they're lining up in the same spot, which I think is a really interesting way to work. I'll only be going for a little bit while longer. I do have to step away soon because I will actually going to be doing a meeting, a mentorship meeting with one of my students in order to go over some sculpting stuff. If anyone's ever interested in like hands-on tutoring, I do offer that. So definitely feel free to reach out to me if you're interested. So I'll delete that one and do it again. And in about a month or two, we'll do another round of classes as well. Intro to VRCHAT avatar creation classes. I'm excited about that. Oh, interesting. It's just to there. Okay. So that would mean that we need one more section. I'll trade you MD for Blender sneaky shortcuts. Well, you're always welcome to watch the stream and just ask questions as well. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, I'm being distracted. All right, so that lines up pretty well. It's a little chaotic in this spot, but that's because it actually does fold under. So yeah, that's not unrealistic. That's actually what's happening. But nice, we get some nice thickness there. I think ideally the collar I would have had line up directly, 1-to-1, right here. That would have been better. But overall, I'm quite pleased with this. We'll call this jacket details. And let's look at a few of the other clothing items while we're here. So for our shirt, it's still really kind of jagged there. Let's see if I can use the mesh filter to kind of, maybe it's the normals. It's tough because I don't want to go too heavy-handed with the smoothing, so it's going to deform it even more. Interesting. Perhaps just subdividing it. Or once I subdivide it, then we'll smooth. And that will prevent the mesh from deforming too much more. Okay, but we'll figure that out in a little bit. Now I'm just going to slap a solidify. Nice. Looks very cool. This one. Also add a solidify. In fact, we'll just take these two and copy it directly from the shirt. Now we've got a solidify on all of them. Oh, and one more. What I'll do in the future is instead of having some of my other objects reference I could always put a geonode before a modifier and then extract it out into a separate object, which would be super handy because that way when I use the shrink wrap for the low poly on the legs, there's only one to target. Really like the wrinkles on the skirt. Me too. I think they look really good. Yeah, very pleased with that. Excuse me. Put that up here. I think so, yeah. Kind of gives like, there is something about wrinkles that really give you more information. If it's just like a perfectly smooth material, I feel that it kind of is almost, it doesn't say enough. What do you do about the thickness of the garments? You import it with thin, right? Yeah, actually, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm adding a solidify modifier. And so I can adjust the thickness. That looks a little weird, but feels a lot more like a tight skirt. Exactly, exactly. Oh, thank you, Booms. Good, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, and we'll smooth out some parts of this, like right here, just so they're not quite as many. But I like these smaller ones here. I think those look quite cool. Just a little bit of wrinkly. All right, I have to go to a meeting, so I think simply use solidify it, and that doesn't mess the UVs. No, the UVs are fine after that. Technically, they're just overlapping. So when you solidify, it makes a copy, but they're literally just on top of each other. So that won't, if I'm using symmetrical UVs, well, also I'm only using the solidify on the high poly versions. I'm really taking notes. For the low poly version, I will not do that. I'm going to flip this one. All right, but I am going to end here. Sorry, I'm ending just a little bit early, but I do have to get ready for a meeting. So thank you all for hanging out with me. I hope you're all having an amazing Wednesday. Tomorrow will be a full day of streaming from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., including lunch. The low poly does not get thickness. No, it's just for baking the normals on the edges. So many questions. Awesome work today as usual. Have a good night. Same to you, Namers. Thank you so much. Eventide, enjoy the rest of your evening. Popstar Pup, same to you. Stay safe as well. And the ending cliffhanger. Well, I'll be back soon. So I stream every weekday, so I'll be here. Good retention strategy. Resting. All right, y'all. See you soon. Enjoy your day. See you tomorrow. Looking amazing. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Booms. See you later. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you.